You are now listening to the sexiest podcast in the world, The Lady and the Don.
What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, the Lady LMR. This is the Lady and the Don podcast, the sexiest podcast in the world. LMR, how are you?
Amazing as always, Tony. And this is extra special today. We have somebody awesome joining us.
That's right. We have a special guest rocking with us. It's none other than Big Zulu Jeff, one of the founding members of the Zulu Nation. Jeff, thank you for rocking with us. We really do appreciate you being with us today.
What's going on, Tony?
That's what it is. Now, since we have Jeff is a historian in rap. He's been in this rap game for such a long time and everything else. So he knows just about everybody. If you know a rapper, this is your rapper's favorite friend in the industry right here is Big Jeff, because he knows everyone in the industry knows and respects Jeff. He's been in the game for a long time. There's a lot of people who are into hip hop now, they really don't know the history of why things are the way they were. So you mentioned the Rocksteady crew, which reminds me of a movie, Beat Street. And when you literally look at this movie, Beat Street, and people may say this was a hip hop movie, but really the stars of the movie was DJ and the breakdancer. So Correct. Can you talk about how, and I think Kumo D was in it, and I still think that the Santa Claus rap stole the whole show. The whole movie, that was, I think, to me, the most talked about thing in the whole movie was the Santa Claus rap with Kumo D. But can you talk about how in the beginning of hip hop, it really wasn't about the MC, it really wasn't about hip hop, and how it changed and became more about the MC?
Man, it's a shame about Super Easy's hands and all. I'm telling you, you're gonna love Double K. He is the baddest, the freshest young DJ in the Bronx.
You better be. Yeah, I mean, 100%, Tony. The DJ was the foundation of the culture of hip hop from '73 with Kool Herc all the way till hip hop's first record, which was King Tim III. There was no, the MC was just the side case. In other words, the DJs realized later on, 76, 77, that listen, there's too much focus on, what we're doing. So we need to sort of alleviate that problem. And, they basically started looking around for MCs to perform, little bits, it grew as it got better. But really 75, 76, it was just more someone would say 4 bars, and they might make an announcement yo, Mrs. Tompkins, your son's looking for you, or Joe, go move your car. Oh, don't smoke weed in here because the police are outside to get ready to come in. So it's like announcements, but there would be little, like I said, little 4-bar raps or 2-bar raps and everything like that. But so basically, for those that don't know, Rapper's Delight really catapulted hip hop into the stratosphere. It was a new fad. It was, basically a song that was taken from Chic, who had performed a few months before. They had a song called Good Times with the same bass line and everything like that. They took the whole thing and just redid it, but made it a hip hop version. And, the funny part and the ironic part about that is that Big Bank Hank, who was not even really, a rapper, he was a doorman at a club called The Sparkle, but he was friends with Grandmaster Caz from the Cold Crush Brothers. They were really looking for Lovebug Starsky. Lovebug Starsky didn't want to be a part of it. And so, basically Sylvia Robinson's yo, Hank, get somebody to, we don't want to do a solo artist. We want to have a group. And so, Hank he grew up in the Bronx, but he worked in Jersey. I'm trying to think what the name of it. I think it's Teaneck, New Jersey. And he worked at a pizza place. And he knew this guy named Master G. And Master G was his boy, and Master G was actually an MC. So Big Bang Hank went to Caz and was like, oh, we're forming this group. Do you have any rhymes that I could use? And Caz had this immaculate rhyme book that he kept with beautiful penmanship. And so everybody knew Caz rhymes because he's, Grandmaster Caz, but he was actually Casanova Fly originally. So he would say that, I'm the CAS and the OVA and the rest is FLY, which is Casanova Fly. And so Big Bang Hank took that rhyme and made it his own and never told Caz what was going on. And then one day you hear it on KTU and BLS and a couple other radio stations like October or September of 1979, 40 years ago, you heard the hip hop, the hippie to the hippie, the hip hop, and you don't stop the rocket to the bang bang boogie. And so people were blown away, by that because there's something new, even though King Tim III had came out a few months before with the Fatback Band, and it was one of the other two songs that came out before that. I think Rapper's Delight was the fourth or fifth song to actually came out, but it crossed over to, radio, and it was like one of the first songs to ever even really play during the day. Like, other songs just were played strictly like Friday night and Saturday night, like I said before, but that song crossed over and was actually played occasionally during the day. But that changed like the element from the MC, from the DJ being the foundation to the MC, because now there's rap records being made. So like you said, Tony, like originally the DJ was the foundation. The DJ was everything. The DJs were so secretive. We're talking about Africa Bambaataa, we're talking about Kool Herc, we're talking about Grand Master Flash, Grand Wizard Theodore, DJ Hollywood, Lovebug Starsky. A lot of them would dig in the crates at record stores, come up with these breaks and these songs, and then would like not even like share where they got that break from, because it was like so pure and so secretive and everything like that. And you weren't allowed to come behind the ropes unless you were really a good friend of the person, or you were somebody important, or you were MC. But even those guys didn't know all the breaks and stuff like that were being played. Like, it was very secretive, and to this day, like, you can't ask Kool Herc and Bam and people like that, like, what record is that? They won't even share the information 40 years later or 45 years later. It's interesting. But yeah, that's the basic answer. Like, the DJ was the foundation from 73 to like 79, and then the MC became the foundation.